Hey there, hello folks. My name is Jim. I'm the CEO of SEO Vendor, and today I'm going to show you our tool called SEO GPT. Now, SEO GPT is a free tool that you can use just by signing up for a free account. And what this tool does is it uses AI to help you write SEO optimized content. And the great thing about this is it's got over 100 different ways to write content for you. Everything from on-page optimizations to off-page, and even social media and ads as well. So we're going to take a look at that today. After you have signed up for an account and logged in, then go to SEO GTP and you're going to see the screen. So let me go over these different options for you. Let's start with web page optimization. So web page optimization is like optimizing everything that's for your on page. So things like titles, meta descriptions and such. This is where you would go for that. Off page optimization has to do with creating content for, say, sites where you want to, say, fill in a profile, or if you wanted to create content that's going to help you create a particular backlink, that's where you would go for that. And then there's SEO content creation. So this is if you wanted to just create some brand new content, whether for on-page or off-page. Could be to help you to create an article or just come up with some content that you need as a particular segment, or even topic ideas. SEO content creation will help you with that. And landing page optimization, you can imagine it to be more like, say, conversion optimizations, looking at a landing page, how to optimize it to write really sales content that can help you sell a particular product or service. And then there's also keyword optimization, which is like optimizing keywords or helping you to come up with keyword ideas. And product optimization will help you in particular with how to optimize products by helping you to come up with descriptions, topics, things like that. And then there's social ad optimization, which goes into optimizing for, say, Facebook or Twitter, if you wanted it to help you with creating posts, or if you wanted to help you with creating ads, it can also do that for you as well. To start off with, we're going to take a look at web page optimization first. And you can see that under content type, there's all kinds of different ways we can use this tool. We can optimize titles. We can have it create everything from H1 to H5. There are other different types of titles, like exciting titles, clickbait titles that we can use. And then we can get into descriptions as well, including meta descriptions or a particular exciting description that we would like to use. Now, the way you use this tool is actually pretty simple. The only requirement is that you got to put in a particular keyword or phrase. So in today's example, we're going to take a look at this site over here. This is a generic site that we call a white label site because this is what we give to our members for free as a template to use if they don't have a website and they wanted to start somewhere, and then so they can use this as a base site to then customize to be their own. So today, let's say if I wanted to create a particular title for this site, I don't have to actually put anything in, but I do need other than the keyword or the phrase, and I can do something as basic as, let's just say, marketing company, and wanted to just have it come up with a particular title for that. So without putting anything in, I'm just going to tell it to write it, and you can see that it's come up with a particular title. So again, it doesn't really know what I want yet, other than just a title being related to marketing company. And what I can do is I can then putting in the target URL, and so I can copy that here. And what that does is it tells SEO GTP to take a look at this page and take a look at the content of this page so that it understands a little bit more about what I'm writing for. And if I have a brand for this company, I can also put in that brand, which I'm going to do right now. And we're going to have it come up with the title again. Okay. And you can see here it's come up with a title called Boost Your Brand with Results-Driven Marketing Strategies from ABC Company. And if I wanted to, I can also specify that a little bit more by maybe making a little bit shorter of a title. ABC Company, your ultimate marketing partner. Okay, so next I'm going to show you how we can use it to write content for other parts of the website. So let's say down here I have some content where maybe I need to come up with different subheadings that go further into my page. And what I can do is I can use SEO GPT to write optimized content for the keywords I have. So for example, here I can have multiple keywords like marketing company, digital marketing, and I can also come up with other keywords that later I can show you with the keyword tool that can maybe help out to come up with the different types of phrases. But everything else being the same, the target URL and the brand name, I can then tell it to come up with H2 header titles. And it's going to write 5 different H2 titles for me. So I can pick and choose from these titles that I can decide where to put them on the page, or maybe I only want to choose one of them from this list that I think is best to put here. Now, one thing that I can do is not only can I create the title for it, but I can also create the individual content that's underneath. So let's say if I know that this was a particular topic that I have that I'm interested in, I can actually put that as a keyword, and this is going to be in relation to marketing company. So it's going to go ahead, and what I can do is I can set this to a description. If I wanted to write as a description, I can make the words a little bit longer, and let's just do maybe 2 different choices, and let's see what kind of description it comes up with. Okay, there we go. So it's come up with 2 different descriptions, and you can see that this is related to acquiring strategic digital presence, and it talks specifically about that. And that's content that I can then use in these places over here. So I can use this tool to not only optimize, but also then help me to create the content as it's optimizing throughout all the different pages. Now I could do this all day, and I can choose a different type of content that I need for the page. I can choose the number of words that I want on it, how many different ones do I want to see, and I could even control the language that I want to choose. So next, let's take a look at keyword optimization and see what we can do with that. So earlier I have shown you this page, and let's say I'm not too good at coming up with keywords, and the only one I know is just marketing company, and I have no idea what other keywords or options are available. Here under keyword optimization, I can choose between all types of keywords that can help me determine what type of keyword might be interesting for me to look at. So let's say I can look at related keywords, relevant keywords, long tail keywords, similar keywords, and the list kind of just goes on and on. For this example, let's take a look at related keyword, and let's just choose a higher quantity, like let's say 5. So 5 related keywords to marketing company, and I haven't put any target URL in. Let's just see what it comes up with. Okay, so it's come up with some, I would say some pretty specific keywords for me that are a little bit more long-tailed, that could be something that's interesting to exactly how I want the direction of this business to go, or this marketing company to go in. And I can also use this then to further my idea. So I can then take, say, one of these words, and I can put it up here, and I can tell it to give me 5 more ideas. And you can see that it's come up with another 5. And I can keep doing this, and each time I write again, even if all the criteria were all the same, if I were to just tell it to write again, it would give me again 5 different ones from last time. So I can keep doing this on and on until I have the keywords that I'm interested in, that then I can use, say, to help me to create a title or a description for certain parts of the website. I can use that for, say, helping me to determine ideas that I want to put on the page. I can use those keywords to for SEO optimization. For example, maybe I need some ideas about keywords that are local keywords related to in the area of professional marketing firm services. I may not know directly what the analysis is on those keywords, like the competition or the search volume, but this tool can help me come up with ideas that I can then later use in any keyword analysis tool to help me then determine which keywords along those areas could be vital for me. So this is something that then becomes very useful, because sometimes the tools that can help you provide the best analysis for your keywords don't necessarily help you come up with the keywords in the first place. So this is a tool that you can use to come up with different types of keywords depending on the angle or the way that you want to search for it. For example, similar could be different from related depending on the type of keywords that you're looking for. There's also outright keyword ideas, that if that's something that you're interested in, then it can provide you answer to that. There's also in the areas relations. So for example, you can have it look for related professions or related industries. If you don't want to just stay within that industry, you can have it write content or come up with keywords that's in similar areas around those keywords. So this is the keyword optimization tool, and there's all kinds of different ways you can use it. You can also make the words longer if you like. Let's say you wanted longer keywords than within related industries, then you can choose 10 instead of 5 words, and it's going to make the keywords longer. It doesn't always make it longer every single time. I've noticed that. Sometimes, I do have to play around with this tool, and it does also help the website so that it knows a little bit more about exactly what you're targeting and also what your brand is. Let's say if this was ABC company, then it's going to know that you're trying to do something that is a little bit more specific towards the brand, or if you put in the target URL, it's going to check out the content on the page, and you can see right there, you can come up with something a little bit more longer, a little bit more exact for you. Alright, next I'm going to take you to SEO content creation. We're going to skip off-page optimization simply because it's very similar to what we were just looking at. Now, under content creation, this is where it gets interesting with topics, which is something that we haven't talked about before. So topics are different from titles and title tags simply because they're more based around the idea that you're going to write something and you need some ideas for topics. So let's say, going back to this page, we don't have any blogs here, but I want to write blogs that have to do with digital marketing and perhaps how it has to perhaps a way to improve customer experience. So I can put those words in there, and we can put multiple keywords in here if we wanted to, and we can have it come up with a topic. And let's say let's have it come up with 4 different topics, and we're not going to put in any brand if we want the content to be non-brand specific. And if we wanted to look at the particular page that we're writing about in relation to that, we can, and that might help it to come up with a better topic. And let's just write it and see what it comes up with. So notice it's come up with 4 topics in relation to customer experience and also digital marketing and how they're related to the target URL. So it takes all that information into consideration. I have other choices for topics as well if I wanted something that's a little bit more clickbait, If I wanted something that perhaps takes trending into consideration, I can actually do that. Now let's take a look at some of the other features here. For example, I can have a question, or I can even have an FAQ. So an FAQ is where it provides not only the question but also the answer. And I've done some examples with this in the past where we've shown Starbucks and a particular type of coffee with a Starbucks URL, and I was asking questions and answers for Starbucks coffee. We can do that same here for this, even though this is a generic site. We can take a look at what kind of questions and answers they can come up with, let's say about digital marketing and what it has to do with customer experience. So I'm going to increase the number of words here a bit so that we can take a look and see what it comes up with. We're going to choose 3, and we're going to tell it to write it. So the more words we have, then the longer it's going to take. But here we are. So some of them are pretty basic, but then again, so's are keywords and phrases is pretty basic. So what is digital marketing? How can I improve my customer experience through digital marketing? Notice how it does relate customer experience to these questions. Is investing in professional digital marketing worth it? So it does try to answer those questions. And we can then tell it to give us more if we wanted to, or we can change our keywords, and we can then look at all the different other types of content that we can add to it. For example, maybe what we need is just an idea list. We can choose an idea list, tell it to write it based on those keywords and in relation to the target URL. And it's not only going to come up with it, but it should also optimize it for SEO as well. So one question we do get a lot is with the content that is written, how much of it is detectable as AI written content? Now there's actually, what I haven't shown you yet is down below at the very bottom, we actually have some tools. These are third-party tools, like one from writer.com, another one from corrector.app, and GPT-0, which is a famous tool that is pretty good at AI content detector. And why don't we just do this now? We're just going to take the content that we have had it just written, and we're going to run it through these tools. So first is writer. I'm going to hit analyze text. You can see it says it's 100%, and we're going to pull it through corrector.app, and let's see what that looks like. It says fake only 0.12%, and now let's try GPT-0, and let's see what that looks like. Okay, and it says your text is most likely to be written entirely by a human, and you notice it didn't highlight anything at all. Normally if it's AI generated content, it'll try to highlight something here. Now I wouldn't say this is 100% all the time, but this tool that we created, keep in mind we have optimized this quite a bit, so it does write very differently from the way, say, ChatGPT writes, which is going to be a lot more of your AI detectable content. With this tool, you're less likely to get detected, and for the most part it's probably not detectable. Okay, so the next area I want to show you has to do with landing page optimizations, and this is actually one of my favorite ones because oftentimes you might have, say, a particular page that you're creating just for a conversion funnel, and you want to land people there and you want to try to get the most conversions you can out of that page. Then this is going to really help you out. So one demonstration of that is like, so let's say here you have an example where let's say you don't really know how to come up with the title, and all you have is just our SEO services. So nothing fancy at all. It's just kind of boring actually, and it's not really optimized for anything. So you could take our SEO services, and you could choose, like, let's say a landing page CTA type of title, and you can tell it to write that for you, and let's see what it comes up with. So it's got unlock your online presence through our SEO services. So something a little bit more exciting, kind of spices it up, that especially if you're creating a landing page and you're not too worried about just SEO optimizations, you're creating it more so for conversions. This is going to be the tool for you because it's optimizing more for conversions rather than for SEO. And you can do that with all kinds of stuff, even a description. So let's say you wanted to put a description underneath, something that's a little bit more exciting, maybe not so boring, then it can do that for you as well. Just increase the number of words, however long you wanted it to be. Let's just say 50 words. Take a look and see what that looks like. Still all about our SEO services, and if we wanted to, we can also throw in the target URL so we can understand the landing page a little bit better, and we can hit write it. Okay, and there you go. You can see it's got not only the way it writes is a little bit more exciting. It's also tries to put a little bit more CTA action, like to get started now into the writing. So it can do that. It can do that not only for landing page like CTA options. You can also specify conversion optimization. Sometimes these will give you different results depending on if you want to emphasize more CTA, or sometimes you don't want to emphasize, like let's say CTA in every title. Sometimes you just want something a little bit more conversion optimized to convince somebody of something, and then maybe later down in the landing page you want something that's a little bit more CTA. So you can choose and see what the results look like and choose the best one for you. And you can also optimize it in different ways, like for H1, H2, and H3s. And then next I'm going to show you product optimizations, which is one of the most popular ways of using this tool. A lot of people love to use this for e-commerce. And let's just take a look at this as an example. So this is a particular product from a company, and we're going to use this URL. The site is actually off of a dev link. So this is just to show that the site doesn't even have to be fully live yet in order for you to start optimizing the content for the tool. And let's say this is your keyword, and then your brand is therapy skin. So what you want to do is, let's say if you wanted to come up with something maybe a little bit more descriptive, you can do a product description, and you can specify how many words you want it to be. You can have it be a little bit longer, and what you can do is you can use that to extend or replace the content. And maybe sometimes what you have is that you only have an outline, so you could use that outline to have it write the whole content for you, and it's going to optimize it for SEO purposes, for the content, and include your brand in it. It's going to do all of that for you. The other thing you can do is sometimes you already have a product description, like say in this case, and it's going to read off the page anyways, but you wanted to come up with, like, let's say a feature list. So you can have it come up with a feature list, and we're going to keep this at 100 words and see what it does that way. Okay, so maybe I didn't understand that particular detail. What we can do is, if it's like a list, we may want to just do it by quantity and then reduce the number of words down rather than up. So we're going to choose 20 words, and we're going to choose 5 of them and do that again. So sometimes you have to do that, like this, and it's going to help you come up with something a little bit more descriptive that then you can use it just for e-commerce purposes, so people can just look at just the highlights, the important things that this particular product has, and it can do a pretty good job of that. The other thing you can do, of course, is that this tool is great for pulling content out of somewhere else, like say from the history, and then putting it back into the tool. You can do that all over the place. You can you can take the content from, let's say, what we optimized earlier from web pages, put it into products, or take something that you got out of products and put it into keywords, or from keywords over back into products, and that way it can kind of help you to create everything that you want together, and help you sort of optimize the the site and the products and even the blog and everything all along the way in a way that you want them to be associated. And one great thing about SEO GTP is that it's not only just a platform, but we actually have a WordPress plugin for it as well. So with the WordPress plugin, what's pretty cool about that is that once you have the plugin installed, it's compatible with some of the top SEO plugins out there, like Yoast or All-in-One SEO and Simple SEO. It supports those plugins. And let me show you how that works. So right now I'm on an about page for a skin product, and in the back end it looks like this. And what you're going to see is here's our Yoast SEO plugin, and then right below that is SEO GPT. So here you notice I don't have really a specific title. I don't have a meta description, and I can use SEO GPT directly in the back end to check the website, check the content on the website, take my keyword into consideration. Like say if I have a particular focus keyword here, let's just say skin products. Okay, not really coming up with a good keyword right now, but and I can give it the brand name, which is optional, but that also helps it because this is an about page. This is a about page, so I want it to be specific about the brand, and I can tell it to write it. Okay. You can see it's loading, and once it loads, it fills out the SEO title and the meta description in Yoast for you. And I'll do the same if you have the all-in-one SEO plugin or the simple SEO plugin. It works the exact same way, and you can use that even on products as well. So that product that we were talking about earlier, we can go in and we can edit that product, and let's say this is the product and you don't have the SEO or the meta description filled in for that yet. And what you can do is you can have the SEO GTP tool. You can put the brand in if you want. And sometimes if you have products, you can have different brands, so you can customize this to anything you want. You can let's say just call it Anuka, and you can have it write it. Okay, and there you go. So it's created the title for you, something a little bit more specific for that product, and it's come up with the meta description for that as well. So I just wanted to kind of quickly show you that part. Okay. And last but not least, there's social optimization. So when your product is ready to be promoted on networks like, let's say, Facebook, what you can do is you can use this to help you write the ads and also help you to write social media posts for that product or that service as well. So for example, here let's do a Facebook ad title, and just keep in mind what I said earlier about cross-pollination. So what you can do is you can go to the product, let's say here, you can say therapy skin, the honey mask provides intense hydration and replenishes the skin. You can actually take that and put it in here and have that help you to create the Google ad title for you. You can choose a number of words for that, depending on the length that you need or what's required from Facebook. And you can even have it create different variations, like let's say you want to create variations of ads to see which one does better, and you can have it do that for you. Okay, so we're just going to choose write it, and you can see that it has done that. So we can make that a little bit longer, and we can have it write 4 different variations. All right, there you go. So now you have just created 4 ads, and you just need to put the picture along with those ads, and you're done. So I hope you enjoyed looking at the SEO GPT tool with me today. This is a free tool that you can get from SEO Vendor, and try it out yourself and let us know what you think.